Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and we're here once again up at Heroes Beacon, the Pokemon League that I professor at in Uptown St. John, New Brunswick. We're here today for the next Pokemon TCG pre-release event for Crimson Invasion. The Ultra Beasts are here, folks. They're inside waiting for us to check them out. If you don't know what a pre-release tournament is all about, though, we're going to go in. I'll give you the rundown of what kind of an event goes on here, what you're looking forward to. If you go to a pre-release, I almost said Crimson Invasion. If you go to a pre-release event in your area, this will give you sort of the highlights of what to look forward to. And we're going to see a lot of the new cards in action. They're going to try to film a match and play, of course, and show you some of the new cards as they're made use of on the battlefield. But without any further ado, let's jump in there and talk about what a pre-release is all about. The Pokemon TCG pre-release tournament is a special event held at Pokemon Leagues throughout North America. At these events, players can pay an entry fee set by the league organizer and obtain a special pre-release pack containing a 22-card pack, one exclusive foil promo card, and 4 booster packs of the newest expansion coming out up to 2 weeks before the expansion officially goes on sale in North America. The 22-card pack forms a basic core of a custom deck containing Pokemon of 2 different energy types, including some evolutionary chains of these Pokemon, along with a number of trainer cards. The foil promo card will correspond with one of the Pokemon types in this 22-card pack. The 4 booster packs are your standard random assortment of 10 additional cards from the upcoming expansion. Once the league organizer announces it's time to begin, players will then have 30 minutes to open all of their packs and construct a 40-card deck comprised of just those new cards, along with any basic energy cards they require, which will be provided by the league organizer. While the normal rules of deck construction state that a deck may not contain any more than 4 copies of any particular card, that rule does not apply to decks constructed during a pre-release tournament. That means that if you happen to pull 5 or more cards with the same name out of your 22-card pack and booster packs, you can include as many of them in your deck as you'd like. The tournament then gets underway with each player testing their newly constructed deck against one another. The matches are shorter than in a regular tournament with only 4 prize cards per match. A participation prize is awarded to all players who complete the full tournament, and that prize is an additional 3 booster packs of the latest expansion. Something important to note regarding pre-release tournaments is that after the tournament concludes, the usual rules of deck construction apply to this particular expansion, which means these cards are not permitted to be used in play Pokemon events until the 3rd Friday of the month in which this expansion goes on sale. After that, you're free to use these cards and include them in your custom decks however you'd like. So now, let's check out a match in play here at the pre-release tournament for Crimson Invasion. So the battle is getting underway here. Both players are cutting the opposing decks, make sure everything is nice and randomized, with all these new cards from Crimson Invasion coming into play, of course. So the cards are being drawn. Let's make sure that we have a basic Pokemon to start off with. And I do believe both players do get one for the initial hand, so I don't think there's any mulligans to worry about. Player 1 does get set up with a Pokemon in the active spot, setting their 4 prizes aside for the tournament here at the pre-release. And player 2 also has a basic Pokemon as well. So, do they have one on the bench as well? Yes, they do. We have a bench Pokemon on player 2's side, and just the one active for player 1. So let's see what some of these cards are all about. I believe, have they done the coin flip already? Not just yet. Alright, so they're going to call it right now. Technically, it should have been done beforehand, but this is a pre-release. It's more casual. Little, what would you call them? What is the term for that? Anyway, little errors like that are a big deal. So on the opposing side, why do I say opposing? I'm not playing. On the left side, player 1 starts with a Mawile, and player 2 starts with a Salandit with a benched Ghastly, and they have played a Miltank from the hand to the bench, attaching energy to Salandit. You're probably noticing the cards are in Japanese. Now, the most cards you're going to see here are in Japanese. I couldn't get the English versions of the cards just yet, unfortunately, so I'll just tell you what the cards do basically as they're being used. Player number 2 plays Lily. It's a good staple card in a lot of the pre-release tournament decks that come with the 22-card pack. It's very good for your first turn, of course. Lily lets you draw 6 cards, or draw until you have 6 cards in hand, but if it's your first turn, you draw until you have 8. Now, a timer ball being played, flip 2 coins, or in this case, as you can see, they're using the legal coin flip die. Going for each head lets you find an evolution card from your deck. Now we're adjusting the camera a little bit. It's sometimes hard to see the cards with the glare from the lighting and stuff, so that is the only adjustment that we need to make. You can pretty much see the cards as they are. So Timer Ball has been played, and player 2 has chosen to take a Gengar from within the deck. We're going to take a good look at that Gengar in a little bit, because it's got a pretty brutal ability, which we'll discuss once it gets into play. Now back to player number 1, because player 2 could not attack taking the first turn of the game. And we see a Psychic Energy being added to the Mawile, whose first attack for 1 colorless is Call for Family, in which you get to search for 2 basic Pokemon from within the deck and play them right onto your bench, and I believe they're doing that right now. There is an interesting basic we're going to see at one point on player number 1's side. Not going to spoil it just yet. But we do see Pikachu, and I believe the other one is going to be Minccino from these current new set. That's what I like about the pre-release tournaments. They give you a lot of staple trainer cards from earlier expansions, but all the Pokemon cards are from the new set, which is pretty cool. You're going to get to see these all in play, all in action. We get a Pikachu added to player number 2's side. It looks like player number 1 might have gotten a Metal and Electric deck for the 22-card pack, and player 2 might have Psychic and Electric. It's hard to say. Now, this is an interesting stadium card, the Sea of Nothingness. It looks like it's Ultra Space, I believe. Normally, when you evolve a Pokemon, you cure them of special conditions like Burn, Poison, Confusion. With the Sea of Nothingness, Evolution and De-Evolution do not cure status conditions. So, interesting to know. This is going to be a pretty brutal card. I'm hoping to get some and put them in my Mega Beedrill deck because I like paralyzing and poisoning with Mega Beedrill. It is so fun. And now, Salandit for 1 Psychic Energy is going for the Singe attack. It does burn the opposing Pokemon, and Burn is an interesting condition. These players are not super familiar with how it currently plays out because it has changed as far as the Sun and Moon series has begun. But the way Burn currently works, at the end of end of each player's turn, you place 2 damage counters on a burned Pokemon, and then you flip a coin. With a heads, you cure the burn. On a tails, the burn remains. So the 2 damage has been added to the Mawile, and now we're going to see, do they get to cure away that burn? Oh wait, no, it hasn't. Mawile has a dark thing on its card with one of its hair, like the hair/mouth thing, and it looks like a dice, or a die. They flip tails, or roll tails exactly to speak, but they don't cure that burn, unfortunately, for player number 1, who now starts their turn, and they go ahead and evolve into the Alolan Raichu. We'll take a look at that card in a little bit as well. And I didn't mention, but player 2 did evolve Ghastly into Haunter, so we're going to see Gengar momentarily. But Alolan Raichu has a nice ability, Surge Surfer. If there's a Stadium card in play, it has no retreat cost. And it can hit for a powerful Psychic attack, which does 70 plus, I think it's 20 more damage for each energy on the opponent's active Pokemon. So they don't go for the Call for Family this time around. There's a basic in their deck that they probably want to play from hand, and you'll see why when they do play it. But they don't go ahead and Call for Family. They leave it at just 2 Pokemon on the bench as we get to player number 1's side. I don't think they played any cards out. So what they do here is... what card did they just play? Oh, they were just trying to see if the burn was cured. That's right, okay. I'm on track now. Now we see evolution into Gengar. The Gengar has an ability called Gnawing Curse, which says, whenever your opponent plays an energy from their hand to one of their Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. That is stackable. If you have 4 Gengar on your bench, that will be 8 damage counters for each energy you place on one of your own Pokemon. Or if the opponent has 4 Gengar. That's kind of brutal. A lot of basic Pokemon that are not GXs or EXs, they don't have 80 HP. It's kind of painful. So that is definitely something you want to get your Hex Maniacs in your deck for, to try to cancel out those abilities if you can help it. Now, a little bit of a procedural error. That was the word I was thinking of earlier. They attach energy to the Alolan Raichu on the bench. They did not place 2 damage counters. I don't think that makes a difference in the overall battle. I do believe damage is done in excess of its full HP. So we'll find out as it happens. But again, as I say, casual tournament, new cards. You're not used to how these things interact with one another, how they play out. Things like that are going to happen. We see, was it another Gengar added to player 2's bench, as the Gengar, I believe, is now fully powered for its attack, which I think is Confuse Ray. Again, I'm looking at Japanese titles or Japanese cards here. I can't quite make out what they say, but you'll see the effect of them in battle. So the burn does take down the Mawile. Player number 2 takes their first of 4 prizes for the game, as it looks like Minccino is taking the active spot on player number 1's side. So drawing the card off the top, we find anything of use. Looks like it could be a supporter card, perhaps. We're just going to go ahead and add an energy onto the Alolan Raichu. And player 2 is pointing out the Gnawing Curse ability of Gengar, so they're going to add 2 damage counters to the Raichu this time. So they do catch it here. And Raichu's max HP is, if I can scroll down in my list and find out, 110. So they are currently at 90 HP remaining. I think they do get knocked out in 1 hit. We'll find out later on as it happens. Passing back to player number 2, as we see another bench Pokemon coming down, I believe. Yep, they're making space right there. Shellos is now on the bench. And that Salandit is getting pretty annoying with that Singe attack. Of course, we haven't seen it use it on the previous turn, but Minccino just came up, so yeah, they couldn't burn it just yet anyway. Ghastly has been evolved into Haunter. All these spooky ghost types for the Halloween season, of course, kind of makes sense. And the Singe attack has burned Minccino, but this time around, player 1 does roll for the head side, curing the burn. So not going to take any more damage at the end of this turn, fortunately for them. We're going to see a Psychic Energy added to the Minccino, adding 2 damage counters because of that good old Gengar's Gnawing Curse. And now we can go ahead and use the Tickle attack of Minccino, which should do 10 damage, but they miss that. They do catch it later on, though. And with a flip of heads, they do paralyze the defending Pokemon. So they don't need to worry about a burn this time around. Player 2 starts off with a Timer Ball for this turn. And do they flip any heads? No, they got 2 tails, unfortunately. Timer Ball does fail this time around. I think that is the end of the turn, so paralysis is over. Back to player number 1 side. Did they draw anything to help power themselves up? Minccino, I believe, has... What kind of a retreat cost are we looking at here? 1 retreat cost, so they could retreat at any point to go into their Alolan Raichu, but instead they're first going to play Gladion, which is a pretty interesting card. This leads into the whole fact that there's a lot of prize manipulation in this current expansion of Crimson Invasion, I've noticed. Gladion is a supporter card. It says look at all of your prize cards, choose one, take it into hand, and then place Gladion with those prizes, shuffle them up, put them back. So you get to it's kind of like you're not taking a prize as far as winning the game is concerned, but you are getting to choose one of your prize cards, taking it into your hand. If later on you win a prize and you get Gladion, play him again next turn. Choose another one of your prizes, put him back in place of it. Pretty interesting. I think that might be the first time we've seen something like that in Pokemon TCG. There have been things like Town Map that let you flip your prize cards face up for the remainder of the game, but it's kind of interesting. I wonder if that would work somehow with Greedy Dice. Probably not. But we do see the Tickle attack. They have added the second of the damage counters for last turn and this turn. They flip tails for the paralysis, unfortunately, so Salandit is remaining active. Not paralyzed, not... it's ready to fight, basically. It can still singe. And currently, with the 4 damage counters on Minccino, max HP of 60 means 1 simple singe is going to be enough to take the knockout, which does leave player number 1 on the bad side. There are 4 prizes remaining. The opponent is down to 2 prizes. So it's looking somewhat one-sided, but we do see Alolan Raichu is fully powered, of course, and I think it's taking the active spot right now. It's coming up. It wants to do some damage back, try to even things up a bit. And yes, the Psychic does do 70. It takes 3 energy, but Psychic will do 70 plus 20 more for each energy the opposing Pokemon has. Salandit has a max HP of 60, so even without energy attached, Psychic will still take it down. Now, player 1 plays Kukui. If they wanted even more damage, that's a way to do it. Draw 2 cards, and Kukui allows your active Pokemon to do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon for this turn. Looks like they also drew a Nest Ball, but they're not going to go for it just yet. They're just going straight up with the attack, bringing down Salandit. And first prize on player number 1's side has been chosen. Now, with a fully energized Gengar, which Pokemon do we see sent up from player number 2's side? And it's actually going to be Haunter instead of Gengar. Haunter's attack for, if I can find the card here, 1 Psychic Energy, I believe it's called Pain Amplify or Amplification. It places 2 damage counters on each of your opposing player's Pokemon that have any damage counters currently on them. So they're going to amplify 20 more damage on the Alolan Raichu in the active spot. Pikachu on the bench is fortunately safe from that. So technically the Raichu should be at 60 based on the earlier energy attachment that they did miss. That would leave it at 50 remaining, currently has 70. That is still enough for a Gengar Confuse Ray knockout, which I think is the way it goes. Spoilers, but we'll find out as the battle wages on. Rages on. There we go. Energy added to the bench Pikachu. That is going to be 2 damage counters because of the Gnawing Curse of player 2's Gengar. Can you imagine playing against somebody with 4 Gengar on the bench? What would you even do in that case? You're taking 80 damage immediately. That hurts. That sets you back quite a bit. Now, the Psychic attack does bring down the Haunter, who does have an HP of 70. Even without energy again, Psychic is just enough base damage to take out the 70 HP Haunter, tying the game up at 2 prizes apiece. However, as I say, the Raichu is currently set for a Confuse Ray knockout from Gengar. Again, if it's not Confuse Ray, I apologize. Can't read the card in Japanese, but I think I saw it in play here at the pre-release, so I think it is Confuse Ray. Either way, it hits for 70, it causes confusion. It's going to be enough to take it down, but first, player 2 plays How. Very good staple card in these pre-release tournaments. Supporter card that lets you draw 3 additional cards for that turn. One of the cards being Regirock, which has a cool ability in that it powers up your active Registeel. And apparently Registeel has an attack that says if Regice or Regice is on the bench, it does even more special effects. So kind of crazy. The three Regis are all working together. Registeel is the power hitter. So the Alolan Raichu falls to Confuse Ray. Player number 2 takes the third prize as we see the Ultra Beast Nihilego-GX UB01 Symbiont being played to the bench. The ability says, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench, both active Pokemon are now confused and poisoned. Kind of detrimental to your own team unless you have, for example, what would it be? The Sparkling Robe to prevent conditions. Could be Antibodies Raticate, could also prevent that. And that would actually be an interesting combo. Raticate Break with Nihilego-GX. When you play it, you poison the active Pokemon on the opposing side. Raticate with the antibodies is immune, and then Super Fang it down to 10 on the opposing side. Poison takes them out. That could be a good combo. You could somehow get Nihilego-GX back into hand and then play it again next turn. You could do that with perhaps Super Scoop Up could be a way. You could, if you have, for example, Team Magma Secret Base in play, playing Nihilego puts damage on it, you can then Acerola it back into your hand. AZ could also bring it back. A few ways to continuously replay the Nihilego-GX to get Raticate Break powered up. So it looked like player 2 played the Nest Ball, I think, and couldn't find one in the deck, any basic Pokemon, so what they have in play is what they've got. Player number 1 adds, which Pokemon is that? I can't quite make it out. Fortunately, I don't need to know because we don't actually see it in battle, so it's not going to be any concern here. We're going to see Nihilego-GX eventually do some damage. So the Pikachu does take a damage from the poison, as does the Gengar, and I believe that is... oh, there's the damage for Pikachu, and I believe that is the end of player number 1's turn. Yes, because they played Nihilego, they got the poison damage. And we see player number 2, they just need to take one more prize. So if they can knock out the Pikachu, then they will get the... oh no, it was player 1 that played the Nest Ball. Player 2 now playing a Nest Ball. They fail. They can't find anything. There we go. I'm on track now. But if they can knock out Pikachu, that's the last prize. Player number 2 will take this game. So the Nest Ball does fail. No more basics left in player number 2's deck. Player number 1 had played the Nest Ball and gotten that other Psychic type on their bench. So what do we see from player 2? They're going to attach energy to the Miltank, which has a nice ability. We'll see that in just a little moment here. And going to try for an attack from the Gengar, I believe. You're going to flip a heads. If so, you do the attack. If you flip tails, placing 3 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. The flip is made, or the dice is rolled, and we see a tails. 3 damage counters going onto the Gengar. And both Pokemon will take 1 more damage from the poison, which, did they catch that? I don't think they caught that. Fortunately, that is not going to make a difference. Energy being added to Nihilego-GX, and 2 more damage, of course, thanks to Gengar's Gnawing Curse. Pikachu is going to retreat for 1 energy back to the bench, and we're going to see the Ultra Beast itself, Nihilego-GX, come up to the active spot. I believe it needs more than just the 2 energy to be able to do any damage, so let's take a look at Nihilego-GX. Where are you at? Yeah, so for 3 Psychic Energy, it can do 120 damage. I can't quite read the effect of it, but the Symbiont-GX GX move is kind of crazy. With 1 more energy, you'll see something happen here. So Gladion being played once again by player number 1, choosing a prize, taking it, and replacing Gladion. This, as I said, this set has some interesting prize manipulation. For example, Kartana-GX, its GX attack says, take a prize card. That's all there is to it. You just simply take one of your prizes. It's kind of not bad. Imagine having 5 prizes already claimed, you have 1 sitting left there. Just use your GX move, win the game, essentially. Alright, so 1 more energy Psychic needed for Nihilego-GX to do either attack. As we see, player number 2 starting their turn, and with an energy in hand, actually a couple of energy in hand, we're going to see attachment onto the Miltank, which can now use its attack, which does... where are you at, Miltank? 90 damage, I believe it is? Oh, 60 damage, plus you can do 30 more, so it can do 90 if you flip the heads. So they're going to retreat the Gengar for free. The nice thing about Gengar, they often have a very low, if not free, retreat cost. Very good stuff if you're going to be running a Gengar. And Miltank comes up to the active spot. So it can use its attack to do 60. Nihilego-GX currently at 40 damage, leaving with only 140 total. So they flip, looks like a heads, that's 90 more, leaving it at just 50 HP remaining on the side of Nihilego-GX. So So they are about to lose their GX, and that's going to be a 2-prize win for player number 2, unless player 1 can do something kind of interesting. Attach a Psychic Energy to the Nihilego-GX, bring it down to 30 HP remaining, and then they're going to go for the Symbiont-GX attack. Do they do it right now, or do they have something else to play first? I want to talk about that attack. Looks like they might have something to play. Nope, that's the GX marker right there. They're using Symbiont-GX. It says take the top 2 cards of the opposing deck and place them in the prizes. Yes, you add prizes to your opposing side. That's kind of wild. So in a regular match, starting at 6 prizes apiece, if you use that GX attack right away, you can have your opponent start with 8 prizes to take. I've never heard of anything in Pokemon TCG that manipulates the prizes in that sense. I kind of like it. I like how these Ultra Beasts have such unique and rare combinations of things that they can do. What were some other ones? Well, Glutton GX from Guzzlord-GX, if you knock a Pokemon out with its GX move, you take 2 additional prizes. So it's, I don't know, these Ultra Beasts are all about the prizes, it seems. Not so sure about Buzzwole. I don't think it has a prize manipulating kind of GX move, but I don't know. The Ultra Beasts seem to be happy with the prizes. So we're going to see another Miltank being added onto player 2's bench. Do we see an energy go to the Gengar? We do. Now, Miltank in the active spot, the ability of Moo Moo Malt, says, while this Pokemon is active, if you attach an energy to one of your Pokemon, heal 90 damage from it. That's not bad. It even applies to itself as well, as long as it's active. But it goes for the attack. Don't even need to flip a coin for heads or tails. Base damage of 60 is enough to take down Nihilego-GX. So those 2 prizes that they just set up with their GX attack have just been claimed. But the match is not over yet, of course, because they still have 1 remaining. So, Pikachu comes back to the active spot. There's really not going to be much that they can do here. Not even sure what trainer card they just played. It looks like it might have been How. Draw 3 more cards. And Pikachu gains an energy to use the Pika Draw attack to draw a card. But with only 60 HP total, Miltank can simply go for its attack, get the knockout, which I think is how the game is determined. So player 2 wins this one, even taking down an Ultra Beast in the process. But good game to both opponents, both players, each other's opponents, and hope they had fun, interesting match. So it's now time to open up some booster packs and see what cards come out of these packs, the participation prizes. Unfortunately, it was such a big packed house here today, I didn't get my own packs. So I will have code cards for you guys eventually, but we're going to show off some packs from other players that have taken part in the pre-release today. So we're sitting here with Anderson, who I've mentioned a few times on the channel, has donated a lot of code cards for us. You got your participation packs of 4 prizes, or 4 packs, right? So let's tear in to see what you got. I've got my other camera recording. So let us see a nice close-up of what you get. There is a code card actually right there for you. If you want to take that code to Pokemon TCG Online, get yourself the 10-card, or rather 11-card online booster pack. So let's see, starting off with, I'll let you read them off there.
Staryu, Pumpkaboo, Snuffle, and Geodude, Cincinnati, Energy, Pokemon, Counter Catcher,
Fighting Memory for Silvally GX.
Counter Catcher,
Another Counter Energy.
and Silvally GX.
That was like a perfect pack for Silvally.
Yeah.
Like you got the memory, you got a couple of special, counter energies for it. Only works if you're actually losing the match, but next up we have another code card. Again, help yourselves to that. Of course, the codes, I don't think they're redeemable until the set goes on sale, or maybe they just can't open the packs until then, but
you can redeem them, but can't open them.
That's okay. Okay, you can redeem them, but you just can't get the packs open.
Salandit, Starly, Skidoo, Pikachu, and Geodude.
I like how it's hiding in the
Energy,
shadows.
Cinccino, Grumpig, Amalga, Diggersby, and Oranguru.
Oranguru, not quite as good as the one with the Instruct, but
Especially from Sun and Moon.
it's a Psychic type though, it's kind of different than the other one. So pack number 3 for Anderson, and another code. Again, help yourselves, you can get that code off the screen. Hopefully the resolution is sharp enough you can see that. Okay.
Boink, Mud,
Miss Drevis,
Pikachu,
Chimecho, kind of cool.
Magikarp, Energy, Peking Red Card, Diggersby, Hakamoto,
Versatile Milotic,
and Auxiliary.
You were making use of that in the tournament, weren't you?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, that was annoying.
His first attack, Ink Spit.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of gross.
That's annoying.
One more code from Anderson's 4th pack.
One,
A little bit of a bonus here at Heroes Beacon. By pre-registering, you get an extra pack in addition to the normal 3.
Bumblebee, Shellos, Remoraid, Mankey,
Jangmo-O, we got Lightning Energy. Gladion's an
Glaceon,
interesting card.
Sylvia, Graveler,
You're gonna love the foils.
and
Xerneas.
You forgot about the last code card.
No, he showed it.
Oh.
We showed them all off there. So which of those cards were your favorite to get?
Sylvally.
The Sylvally-GX? I would say probably, yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so that is Anderson's 4 packs. Thank you, Anderson. We got a lot of other folks that want to open up some packs, and I think eventually some people want to do some pack battling.
Yeah.
Is that what's coming up here?
Not going.
Oh, these two are going to come. Alright, so Reed's just going to check things out here.
Yeah, I have 3 packs too.
Okay, so we have 4 packs here.
Yep.
And let's see what we get out of here. Let's get these code cards to the side. Since they're on the camera, I might just take those back to make sure I can put the actual code on screen so people can see it. So another code card being given out. Look at this. Awesome code cards for you guys. Alright, and we've got, we'll start off with the energy. Kakuna, cool.
Celgor, Psychic Memory, Carablast, Spoink, Salandit, Mankey,
Cubone,
Magikarp, and Alolan Marowak.
Oh, sweet. Alolan Marowak's now in the TCG.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dance of Flames for no energy. That's pretty cool. For each energy attached to your opponent's Pokemon, attach a fire energy from the discard pile to your Pokemon anywhere you like. That's cool. So, code card number 6. There we go. Let's see what we get out of this pack. Water energy. Yes, the best one.
Staravia, Piloswine, Lusamine, Ghastly, Aeron, Dino, Staryu, Pumpkaboo, Reverse Psychic Memory, and Hydreigon.
Dragon. Cool.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, pack number 3.
You always get good things out of number 3.
Like a code card, for example.
Yeah. So good. Even though you get those
I
from
haven't
every
just-
single pack.
Yeah.
Fairy Energy,
Nice. Spooky Haunter.
Fighting Memory, Pekamo, Execute, Magikarp, Minchino, Corphish, Shellos, Minchino, and Gengar.
That Gengar is kind of crazy. The ability says whenever your opponent attaches an energy from their hand to one of their Pokemon, you put 2 damage on that Pokemon.
Yeah, that got annoying.
And that can stack with other Gengar. With 4 Gengar, that can be 8 damage counters for each energy.
Yeah,
Any damage right off for each energy. That would destroy my turn.
I've been just sitting
But
there.
as you just saw, there was another code card. So I got a Darkness Energy.
Kakuna, Miltank, Psychic Memory,
You just need
Salandit,
Sylvally-GX now.
Weedle, Minchino, Corphish, Mo, Crawdon.
So no Sylvally, but you got a lot of memories. You can maybe trade those if you needed to, or just
Yeah.
wait till you get a Sylvally-GX for yourself.
I want the Savali.
So which of those cards were your favorite to get?
I liked all the memories and the where'd it go?
So you didn't get anything
Marowak.
good?
The Alolan Marowak.
Yeah.
You got some interesting stuff. Not GX level, but it doesn't have to be a GX, you know? Some
Yeah.
Pokemon just have power without being GX and all that stuff. There we go.
There it is.
So what card was your favorite in the tournament?
The tournament?
Yeah.
I pulled one hyper of the Nihilego,
Okay.
and then one of the regular Nihilego.
That's
So
an interesting
those are
one.
my favorite ones.
I've seen a lot of the cards in action today. I can't wait to show them in TCG Online. Like, just that. Yeah, what is it? UB01 didn't even have a code name, but yeah, the first Ultra Beast, Nihilego, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. They didn't name it at first, but in the game later.
In the
You
game,
can
they named it.
you can add 2 prizes to the opponent's prize count.
Yeah.
That's wild.
UBL1 Symbiont.
Let's go,
Nice.
my
But
turn.
thank you for the pack openings, and we got more folks waiting to open up. Reed jumping in now.
Yeah.
So we'll let you come in next in a second there, Mark, but Reed is coming up. We'll get these out of the way. So this was your highlight of your deck, was it not?
Yep.
Gyarados, back it up a bit. Gyarados GX with the Draconic Disaster does 100. If there's a stadium in play, it does 100 more, and then you discard the stadium. So it's a powerhouse with
Yeah.
the energy. But you do have, I believe, 3 booster packs.
I'm just gonna show that off one
It's
more
too close.
time.
Yeah, we've seen it. Put it down. Actually, put it on the mat, and you can see it as you open the pack.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in the
So
corner.
go ahead, open them up. Open them up. We got a roll. We've got a whole lot of people waiting to open their packs over here.
Yeah.
Once it's open, I'll back it up. All right. So let's see.
This guy.
Star, you got Pumpkaboo, Stuffle, Alolan Geodude, again hiding in the shadows. Reverse Foil Miltank, Primeape for the rare, I believe. Darkness Energy. We've got Cinccino, Alolan Graveler, and Devoured Field. What does that one do?
Devoured Field? What does it do?
The attacks of Darkness Pokemon and Dragon Pokemon, both yours and your opponents, do 10 more damage to the active. Okay.
And there's a code card.
Another code card. That is like our 9th one given out.
Yeah.
Not bad. Alright, so another 2 packs to open up here, I believe.
Yeah.
With that shining Gyarados in the back there.
Yeah.
Not shining. That's technically something different.
Yeah,
But-
I have shining. Oh,
Oh, I think you saw something in this one.
whoa. Yeah.
Okay, so Cacnea, Shelmet. I have a Swablu. Yeah, just set them down here and I will get the zoom in on those. So Swinub,
And then he just...
a Numel,
And
Houndour, and so we got ourselves an Ultra Beast, the Buzzwole-GX.
No, you just take
So it does Jet Punch, 30. Hold it back a little bit further.
Take 2.
30 and then 30 to a bench. Knuckle Impact does 160. It can't attack during the next turn. Absorption GX does 40 times each of your prize cards remaining. So early game, it can hurt pretty bad.
so I'm gonna put that up there.
We've got Fairy Energy, Kakuna. He's like, I don't care what else is in this pack. I got Buzzwole. And Psychic Memory.
And Miltank. We
And
also my lucky pack.
the Buzzwole pack. Can
Yeah.
you get a second one? Maybe the Rainbow Rare Buzzwole.
Yeah, I wish.
Tear it open.
I wish, but it won't happen.
You don't know
Probably
that.
It probably won't
It
happen.
likely won't, but there is that possibility.
Who knows, somebody might end up offering $100.
Alright, what do we get in this next pack? Starting off with a little Jangmo-O here. Carablast, Dano, Houndour, and Bunnelby. Reverse Foil Bunnelby. A Beedrill for the rare card. So it's not quite Buzzwole, but it's still Bug-type. Psychic, we got Gladion, which is an interesting card to make use of. Staravia. And last is Excelador.
Oh, I forgot about the other.
Oh, you did, yeah. So there's 2 codes there, if you guys can see those. Watch your thumb on the bottom one there. I can't really see. There we go. So, guys, punch those codes in. Get yourself a booster pack of the Crimson Invasion. So which of those cards were your favorite? I wonder which one.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, the Buzzwole. Definitely awesome stuff. Alright, so thanks for opening those packs, and I believe we got a few more folks
Yep.
wanting to open up.
Better get going.
Yeah, and I'll slide these codes off to the side as well.
Yeah, you can take
Yes.
those.
Yeah, I think Mark's going to hop in here next. Let's get all this waste out of here. Look at all this stuff. So Mark has, I believe, the 4 packs plus... I don't know if we have time to open the Pikachu box, but we can open your 4 packs, though, because we still got a lot of people wanting to jump in.
Yeah.
But he did win the Pikachu pin collection for Shining Legends, which was pretty cool. So a close up on that one right there. There we go. We opened that one up not too long ago on the channel, too, and some cool cards came out of it. They weren't mine, but that's okay. So, starting with Miss Drevis. Yep, go ahead.
2.
Chimecho. Reverse Well. Another Beedrill. Alolan Graveler. We have Emolga and Mawile.
Okay.
So, next pack.
Hope I get
Are there any cards you're hoping to find?
anything GX.
Anything GX. Everything's GX these days, right?
Yep.
Doesn't look like anything in that one, but we're going to still see what we got. Alolan Geodude, Remoraid, Aron, or Aron, I'm not sure, Staryu.
Jagmo. Minccino.
Cool looking art on that next card coming up here, Houndoom. Look at that thing. Puncturing Fangs. Alright, so we have Water Energy, a Gastrodon.
Nothing yet.
Yeah, that's an interesting one too. Special conditions are not removed when Pokemon evolve or de-evolve. And Miltank, with a nice ability as well. If it's active, every time you attach an energy to one of your Pokemon, you heal 90 from them. Good healing option. So next up we have pack number 3 with Minccino, Execute, Jigglypuff, Houndour, and a Spoink. Next, Reverse Foil, Hakamo-O, Crawdaunt, Grass Energy, Lucamine. What does she do? We haven't looked at this yet. Put 2 in any combination of supporter and stadium cards from your discard pile into your hand. Kind of good. Haunter, and the Dashing Pouch, which is cool. When you retreat with a Pokemon holding Dashing Pouch, you don't lose the energy, it goes back into your hand instead, which is kind of helpful. And the last pack. I hear a sigh of unhappiness over there. Meh. So there's a Feebas, we've got Salandit, Psychic type Salandit now, Pumpkaboo, Corphish, reverse foil is a Stuffle, we don't have enough Stuffle yet, and we got a Miss Magius. Okay, Lightning Energy, Cinccino, Gladion, and Lyron. So which of those would you say probably were your favorite ones to get? Not a lot of amazing ones there, but...
I was really hoping
I like the look of the Houndoom. It's pretty cool. What does it even do? Oh. Okay, Fire Fang, 30, and it burns. I just altered the brightness on this thing. Hang on. Puncturing Fang's 90 and isn't affected by resistance. Alright. Not bad. How'd you do in the tournament?
I won 2 and lost 1.
And who was your MVP?
Oh, definitely the set's Cacturn.
Cacturn. What was it about Cacturn that did some good wins for you?
Oh, it had to be the Hunt.
Hunt. So what I believe it says, you bring one of the opponent's bench Pokemon up and you do 40 to the new bench, or the new active.
Yep.
And if you bring up something weak to grass, you're doing the super effective double damage.
Yep.
So that's not bad. Anyway, good games today, Mark. Hope you had fun. And now, I believe we have another player up here, and then we have a pack battle coming up at the very end of this. So, come on in, let's see what you get out of your 4 packs. Make sure everything's still recording. I think we're good. Do you mind just checking, make sure that's still recording? It should show like the pause and stop buttons.
It's still recording.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. That camera sometimes decides to suddenly stop recording, which is annoying. So.
And then you have to have someone back here to hit play.
Yeah, exactly, and start recording again. But we're still good.
We gotta...
Do you want to show that code off to people or no?
No.
You gonna hang on? So yeah, make sure you flip it upside down, that way they won't get it. Some folks do want to use their codes for themselves.
I'm gonna put it under the packs just so I don't see the color of it.
Yep, exactly. Plus we have so many codes we've given out already. So Emolga, Swablu, we have Swinub, Jigglypuff, Houndour, Pikachu, Reverse Foil Houndour. In fact, why am I naming them off? You can name them.
It's Starmie.
So Escape. I love seeing abilities. Once during your turn, you may shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck. Okay.
Nothing good.
So pack number 2.
Nothing yet. I'm doing it.
Let's find out what comes out of this pack. Any cards you're hoping to find?
Not
GX
really.
maybe?
GX mostly. Mawile, Dashing's Pouch, Skidoo, Starly,
I'm not getting it.
Numel, Chimecho, Bunnelby, Reverse Pikachu, Registeel. I played in my deck, so that's
Let's see what this guy can do. He's talking to the Aether Foundation, it looks like, for some reason. Turbo Arm, Iron Hand.
Turbo Arm is good because you get a basic energy from your discard pile.
Okay. It's not bad, especially if you have something like Scorched Earth, discard a fire or fighting, draw 2 cards, you can then Turbo Arm it right onto a Pokemon. Alright, so we got ourselves another pack opening up. Was there an amazing card you got out of there?
Yes.
Do you want to just jump in quick and take a look?
Mewtwo-GX.
From the Shining Legends.
That's cool.
We just saw that on the channel this
I have
weekend,
the good
too.
Mewtwo-GX.
What, the one in the test tube?
Yep.
Nice. Good pull.
Yeah.
So back to the current expansion of Crimson Invasion. Now what does Counter Catcher do? You can only play this if you have more prizes left than the opponent. Okay, so it's basically like Lysandre, but you have to be losing the game at the time.
That could be pretty good.
They could, definitely. A lot of counter kind of items and stuff in this one.
Mankey, Gengar, Carablast. I did have that in my deck.
Look how scared that Feebas is.
Oh, poor Feebas.
And
Artillery.
Shelmet and Octillery.
Shelmet.
Alright, and pack number...
I don't want to show you.
I'm keeping them safe for you. So the final pack coming up
If you
here.
have to, just edit it. And
There's
blur them
something
out.
in here.
I could do that, but
I saw
mean,
the shine on.
well, the ones that we've already shown off are definitely going to be getting up to people there.
But if the
I
codes
did
are caught
see-
from there, just blur them out.
I did see a little shine on
Oh,
there,
did ya?
and it's white.
Okay. That could indicate a special.
Oh, Moga, Grumpy,
Nusamine.
Pikachu,
Don't jinx it. Just let him get
Be the biggest choice.
Magikarp,
him the luck.
Bunnelby,
No.
Shellos,
Selgor.
Excelgor. Ooh,
Alolan Exeggutor GX.
that's good.
Full art rainbow.
Regular. But, like I said before, I like the regulars more than the full arts.
I do
because
too.
The full arts look so plain in the back.
I know, they're just
But the
standing
rainbows
there.
are pretty cute.
Yeah, I like those. Like what do you got there?
That
Oh
one,
yeah, like let's take a look. This is the big heavy hitter Guzzlord GX from another deck earlier today.
And the
full
one
art.
that can fight my Turtonator.
And Silvally GX Rainbow Rare. So good pull. I like that Exeggutor. What was your favorite? Would you say?
like,
Probably that.
that I got?
Yeah, out of
Today?
these ones here.
That.
That definitely. Now in the tournament, what would you say was your best card?
Alolan Raichu.
You had another. You have another GX? Oh no, that wasn't GX. I'm thinking the other set.
It was just regular, but Alolan Raichu I used a lot because against Gyarados GX it was especially good.
Oh nice.
I couldn't have my Alolan Golem GX because I didn't have Alolan Graveler.
Yeah, that's the downside to like the pre-release. Sometimes you don't get the cards you need to evolve into.
And I used Alolan Raichu against a guy's Gyarados because he had 4 energy, does 70 plus 20. It does 20 times the amount of energy, and then add 70.
Okay, so it does quite a bit of damage. It's like psychic, I think, isn't it? Psychic
Yeah,
attack.
Psychic.
Very cool. But good pulls today, and hope you had fun. And I think we're now down to the pack battle. So I'll actually let you. Do you want to swing around this way here? Because I'm going to step back and let you guys sit down, and I'll just zoom in on you.
Okay.
So I forget. Question: who donated temporarily these champion playmats?
I did.
It would be you, would it?
Yeah.
It's a nice little backdrop here. So I will step back. Get all of my recordings and stuff going on here, but we're gonna get the 2 pack battlers
Side by side.
going ahead. Make sure the camera is good. Now it's just gonna kneel down, so we're all in camera, but my face is probably blocked by this other phone. It's all good. So, remind me, how does a pack battle go exactly?
Best pulls win.
Well, that's what I figured. Is there like certain points for foils or GX or anything?
Hollows 10, foils 10, GX 20, I believe. Not sure.
But generally you can tell when one person's Pokemon beats the other, right? Alright, so let's see.
Fish. Yes.
So we can zoom in closer here.
Staryu, Jangmo, Housewarm, Keeping Red Card, Gastrodon, Regigigas, Reverse Rare, and a Miss Magius.
So this one's a hard one to say. I would say probably the Regigigas takes it, because is it a rare card? And the Hakamo-O Reverse Foil is just an uncommon, I believe. So I'd say that round goes over to player number 1 or 2, based on which angle you're looking at. Over here, basically. So you guys have how many packs? 4 or 3? 4 packs, okay. So pack battle number 2. Getting yours all set up here. Do we see anything amazing from the right side of the screen? Not particularly yet. We have a Kakuna.
Staryu, Punkaboo, Stuffle, Sea of Nothingness, Diggersby, Alolan Graveler, Remoraid, and Salazzle Hollow.
I'd say that goes to him as well, because you didn't get a holo rare, did you? Okay. So it's looking kind of one-sided here. What do you think? Can you pull it around?
Who knows?
What's your strategy to pull things around?
Knock him out, take his packs.
All right, that's one way to do it. I was going to say just open the pack better somehow. Do you think you're going to take the win?
So far.
It's looking like it.
Cacnea, Mischievous, Shelmet, Swablu, Kakuna, Dashing Pouch, Psychic Memory, Alolan Geodude, and Registeel.
Interesting. I see a special energy.
I think
So you're going to pass it over to him again, though? Okay, so player left or right again
Registeel.
gets the win on that one. You're going to need a Rainbow Rare
Yeah, definitely.
to try to tie this up or take the lead. Best of luck.
Rainbow Rare definitely takes the
Definitely
win
not
here.
happening.
You don't know that yet?
4 greens in a row. Not
Okay,
happening.
so the code card backing kind of indicates what you're looking at.
Order, Jigglypuff, Execute, Stuffle, Vegcarp, Remoraid, Exceligor, Lusamine, Staravia, Dino, and a Beedrill.
I've definitely lost this battle.
Yeah.
You, though.
Really?
You think so?
Ranker.
Maybe.
Sudden Sting, maybe.
But either way, I think 3 wins out of 4 at least definitely puts you in the winning side. So what favorite cards did you guys just get out of these packs?
The special energy.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a pretty good energy too, the counter energy. It provides colorless, but if you're behind in the prize count, like if you have more prizes than the opponent, it provides 2 of every color energy. Which is good, but then once you start tying things up, then it's just a colorless energy. But for that first little bit, it is... I got this the wrong way. For that first little bit, it is still good.
Yeah.
Good game.
Good game, guys. Thanks for opening up the packs.
Thank you.
So that's going to be a wrap for our pre-release video coverage here at Heroes Beacon for Crimson Invasion, the latest expansion in Pokemon TCG. I can't wait to see some of these cards in the online game, because you know as soon as they become available, I'll be doing my usual weekly scheduled basis video series thingy of Pokemon TCG Online, showing off a lot of the new cards from this expansion as it becomes legal for play, thus retail sale, and available in the online game. So if you've attended a pre-release tournament for Crimson Invasion in your area, leave a comment down below. What are some of the best pulls you got out of your booster packs, and what are some of the matches like that you had? Were there any sort of impressive strategies you saw with the new cards being added to the set, or just basically, did you have a good time? Just leave some comments down below how things went in your area. And if you haven't attended a pre-release tournament, but you are interested in doing so, go to Pokemon.com and look up their event locator. See if there's an event near you that you can attend for not even just pre-release, but a Pokemon League in general, you know? Casual days, regular tournament days, league cups, all the good stuff. Pokemon.com, event locator, find a league in your area. But with that, I guess we are done here for the day. Thanks for watching today's video coverage of the Crimson Invasion pre-release tournament. I was going to say video, but yeah, it's video. Thanks for watching. And of course, if you want to see some more content from Professor Chaz, you can check out the links during the outro to some more videos, plus a link to subscribe to the channel for more daily Pokemon content. But with that, it is time to get rolling. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and I will catch you next time.